Factory for all about creative careers in Iraq. Today we have Ranja Ali with us, a talented filmmaker, scriptwriter, as the founder of Wedonet, a freelancing network in a variety of fields in Kurdistan region and Iraq. Ranja's accomplishments in the creative inspiring and bring valuable insights to all aspiring creatives. Delve into flourishing land of the creative opportunities in Iraq offered by Vidunet's freelancing platform. From Ranja's experience as a filmmaker to his entrepreneurial journey, we'll uncover the strategies and approaches that drive the growth of creative careers in the region. Feel free to ask your questions in the comments and we'll address them during the Q&A segment at the end of us. To you, Ranja. Just to begin
Thank you,
with,
Mrs. Samara, for introducing. Thank you so
uh,
much.
it's a pleasure to have you, Ranja. To begin with, uh, tell us inspired your career in Iraq's creative industry and made you start Vidunet.
Thank you so much for Iraq Innovators for having me. It's a big support for my startup and promoting our freelancing agency Wedonet. And thank you for your time. Um, Wedonet became from it was beginning from a passion I had since I was a child. I started with photography when I was 16. So after experiences in commercial companies, working with international clients, international filmmakers, after more than 5 years of experience as a lone director, as someone who don't have big support, I decided to make an agency for freelancers all over Kurdistan in Iraq. By the way, I have no school. I left school at 12th grade because I see my future in the passion and in the field of filmmaking and business together. And it became successful since I had the international clients contacting me for different assignments in different industries. The agencies and the companies in locally and internationally they asked for our freelancers services, so it kept me to work on within it since 1 year ago.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Glad you found your passion in this industry. What are the upcoming careers in the creative that individuals can pursue in Iraq? Understanding about it.
Sure. As you all know, freelancing is a wide field. It's not limited. So in Widonet, we have people registered in our network, more than 30 fields of freelancing. So some of them was like translation, AI specialists, web developers, video production, photo production, graphic designers, marketing strategy, and more. It goes and goes and goes up. It's like spider network. It's still growing and growing and growing. It depends on the requirement of the clients because sometimes the clients will need something really easy, but they need a professional person on it. So we have people who focus on only copywriting, people who focus on only videography. So we collect this kind of talented people in our network to provide the best quality for our clients. And especially right now, as we know, creative side and copywriting, creative writing, marketing strategy are developed, and we need more people in AI. We need more people in web development because, as we all know, technology is a big support for future.
Yeah.
It's in the future, and we need it. It's the only option we can work for. And also, we need people who are having an artistic eye for filmmaking,
Mhm.
documentary making, fiction films, and commercial films. And hopefully, it's growing in Iraq. And I see a lot of passion of Kurdish and Iraqi people who are expanding their network to internationals. They are learning from everyone, and they are applying the techniques on local works.
Very honestly, Ranja, like there is a lot of opportunity,
Thank
especially in the tech field, in the creative
you.
space. Moving on, let's start with the and discuss that, and then we move to opportunities. To you, what are key challenges faced by people in the industry and country? What do you think, in your experience? What are
So it was 2018. I was only 18. I just became 18. I had the chance to go to Europe. I went to Poland for screening my film as a director and writer. So in my travel to Poland, I learned a lot about the film industry. I see a lot of struggle in Iraq, but it's changing. It's getting easier because the talented people are getting more knowledge, but we have some issues supporting spaces for equipment, support spaces for uh, developing the ideas and the scripts. We have some good programs. They were happening. Some of them by Goethe Institution for script writing and filmmaking. It was so helpful for the people who are in the outside to learn from experts who come from Germany and different places. Um, but mostly it depends on the individuals and each one of us to learn from the outside, because as we all know, English is like a famous language and it's full of treasure and knowledge, and we can find a lot of sources of knowledge and tools so we can use it for our local works and our skills. And the key challenge we have here, if we are a startup, the registration is getting easier right now. I've heard that the DIT team, Data Information Center of Kurdistan Region, are making the registration easier for companies to do the registration in only 1 or 2 days, and the discount for 80% of the price, so they can support the startups to make a company in less than 2 days and with less costs, which is helpful for the startups to have it and make small agencies to operate their operation and works. Also, the gap is communication. Most of the people, most of the talents here, they have the lack of language. They have the language barrier. They can't communicate enough. Language is the key for you to reach anywhere. And if you, especially if you know English, you can access anywhere, because we see in every place it's people know English. But as more language you know, the more sources you can have, the more people you will know, the more experiences you will buy somehow. Because when you with someone, you are buying their experience, and even if it's 10-minute conversation, it worth 1 year. So it's beneficial if you focus on language and your language skills, which is helpful. Also, communication for your work. If you are a videographer, if you are a copywriter, you see an event happening in your city or maybe in the next city. Like in Kurdistan region, we have Kirkuk, Duhok, Slimani, Zaho, Erbil. So myself, I was traveling to Erbil, the capital of Kurdistan, to see the internationals, to participate in the events on my coast. I was spending my time, I was renting places, I was giving my extra fee to there, I was saving my money to see the
yeah.
internationals. Like you have to go for it. It's not coming for you that easy. Not just Iraq, in everywhere. So you have to go for it. If you see a potential in somewhere, just go and catch it. Ask for it. Asking for opportunities is good. It's not bad. It's not a shame. Like most of the times, I was communicating with someone for 10 minutes. Later on, he became my client, and they were supporting all my path. Yani. Maybe sometimes I work for free, but later, the help they gave me worth more than thousands. So I'm inspiring people. Just go for it, then. You don't wait for it. Yeah,
That
thank
helpful.
you.
Definitely a key skill that people can acquire. Being multilingual is always helpful. The
Thank you.
other aspects that you mentioned about grabbing the opportunity, no matter what challenge
Yeah,
you face, is the key. To strengths. Now, we always talk about challenges in Iraq, problems that we are facing, but Iraq has a lot of strengths that local Iraqis can take advantage of. So, what are the key strengths, in your opinion, that can help people get access to better opportunities,
good question.
that have helped you
Um,
get access to better opportunities?
in my experience, I will mention communication at the very first one. If you improve your communication and self confidence, you will see you are making more doors, you are opening more doors, and you have a lot of opportunities that you never thought about it. Learn to not be shy. It's your right to travel. It's your right to have clients. It's your right to make profit and be independent. Like right now, I'm freelancer and I'm supporting the other freelancers. They don't have to be employee exactly, but I don't say employment is bad. It's really good. I have experience in some companies, but later I decided to be freelancer. So one of the miscommunication, please focus on your communication skills and learn about psychology because it's important. When you see a client, you have to psychologically be ready for that. And sometimes you get disappointed, but you don't have to just give up on this day. Or because of one client, you don't have to just give up. You have to gain more motivation and don't fake your motivation. And sometimes I see people are faking motivation, which is not good. Don't make a rainbow, dreamy path for yourself. It's about logic. Be logic, see how it works. If you have international techniques, you have to see the local boundary, the local market. I know we all see the internationals, they are inspiring us, but we have to see the market we have. We have to be local, you have to be inside the people, inside the society are our customers, not the people from other places. We have to see ourselves and around us to not be disappointed, to not expect too much. If you expect too much, you always get disappointed. So try to stay balanced between, and you will not be so disappointed, and you will keep working, keep trying. And the other strength for better opportunities is to find the sources online. يعني I've been looking and researching for the websites that are serving me and providing me opportunities to participate in exchange programs, to conference online, to like webinars, which is helpful. I was selected in the Your Big Year program. I was the only Iraqi guy in this year in 2019. I was selected to participate, and I was learning. I was learning from international students everywhere with different fields. I was one of the developers. It's a program. It's called TED program. They gathered us online, and it was so helpful. We don't have to always go for a program which is physical. Online can help also after, especially after COVID-19. Most of the things are online, and it's easier and saving your time and your money. Otherwise, you have to travel to another city, another country to study the program, which take a lot of effort and energy. And I suggest two websites: Youth Op, it's Youth Opportunity, and Opportunity Desk. Also, the key High Success, I believe, High Success, yeah. They are providing opportunities for the people who need scholarship, who need exchange programs, who are doing competitions, and who are looking for webinars and more opportunities to participate. Fully funded, partially funded, and sometimes you have to pay for that.
For
Yeah.
sharing that. Just moving on, more Iraq as a region and the Iraq has offered you. Uh, what do you think, in your experience, or that people can take advantage of as a region and make the most of?
So Iraq and Kurdistan, we are really rich for sources. We are really rich for stories, and we are developing. So if you just give more time, give more patience, we can find a lot of opportunities in Iraq. Like as a filmmaker and a film director, I see a lot of stories which hasn't been told. And as a
Mm.
filmmaker, I see this opportunity by myself to tell the stories and travel the countries.
Yeah.
Like I will travel to Europe from festivals, and I will tell it, and I will come back to make a new one. So it's
Mm.
supporting. We have a lot of tools, especially the culture. Our culture is really, really rich. So if we do more research about it, if we see the older people who have experience, if we listen to the older people, will
Mm.
be really helpful. I'd like most of my time. I'm making friends who are much older than me, from 40 years, 50 years, because they have the experience. And I respect their experience during they were young. And they are also offering helps for the younger people who are trying, who are trying to
Mm.
make something, if it's art, if it's business or anything. So
Yeah.
we have to focus on this side, not ignore it. Yeah.
Right. Sharing that. You mentioned about the culture of Iraq, and there is very rich culture, which advantage of. Do you think the culture of Iraq is presented well nationally, and how can we or people in the creative industry do that better?
Good question. It's my experience when I was traveling. I was communicating with people from different places. When I was mentioning Iraq, when I was mentioning Kurdistan, they thought that it's a desert full of blood. But I wanted to change that, Danny, because our marketing for Iraq and Kurdistan is bad. It's developing, but it's not good enough because when they search for us, they only see the war part, they only see the blood side, and they don't focus on the positive sides. So we have to focus on the media side of us. We have to show the positive side of us, the developing side of us. All the programs we have, all the young people who are smart in Iraq, they are innovating, they are building new startups, they are building the future. So I think we need more work, uh, especially in the side of showing the talents of Iraq. And
Mm.
it's 2023. It's going 2024 soon. It's not 2002, 2003. The war finished. I know sometimes we have some struggles with ISIS in Scarf, this kind of stuff, but still we have to learn. We have to educate ourselves more. And yeah, the marketing is not good actually. Yeah, it depends on us, the young people, to learn to speak, to learn to show up and showcase their works.
Better. Yeah. Um, so going forward, as a pursuing a career in the creative field, one of the key skills that we have also noticed is copywriting. Uh, how crucial, in your opinion, is writing for people, being a screenwriter for people to succeed in this industry?
I have like more than 5 months experience as copywriter in one of the commercial companies when I was 19. I learned a lot from it, and it's helping your idea to be accepted, or it's analyzing the idea to give it to the production or the social media or the clients. It's really helpful. We need to have more copywriters. I think we don't have uh, many people who are working on copywriting very well. It's a big part of the industry, and it's related to different fields like commercial, cinema, business, and more. It goes more and more. So we need people to have the knowledge about copywriting. Copywriting is making it easy for the clients to provide you their companies with trust. So you are bringing the target. It's about the target. You have to find the target. Who's your target? Are they are they from 10 years old to 50? Are they from a religion? Are they from a country? Are they from oil industry? You have to make a research about also. It's a part of research. We need more creative people to focus on copywriting. Copywriting is like we all like. I can give a sample. Like there's a saying. It says nothing is original. Everything is a copy of a copy of a copy. I don't see any. I don't say everything is original, but I see we have a copy and a copy of something. So we will try to use our creativity to make something original, not exactly copy. Copy is making you somehow lazy. And I see some copywriters that are just stealing from other social medias because the clients they don't have knowledge. But if you are a smart copywriter, you can mix different ideas and serve it to the a special concept for the client or the idea. It's really helpful. Right now, I'm focusing on the copywriters. By the way, I'm looking for more copywriters to join Wedonet because we need them, and I'm sure they will have opportunities as freelancer and as a copywriter.
Definitely, copywriting forms of anybody in the creative industry. How do you storytell? How do you show people what you communicate is the key. And that's why we as Iraqi innovators also, we have a lot of people in digital copywriting, give them certification, them to grow in this industry. What will actually change internationally? And that is very important when people, you from Iraq, speak our stories rather than outsiders speaking for us. So we have to take that power back, and
Exactly.
copywriting will help immensely. People can use a lot of tools because copywriting has become way more easier with
Yeah.
GPT and used a lot. You can just create, then invite it and make it better and make it original. Like the copy of copy,
Exactly.
not make it original. Moving forward, uh, our key essential skill require you quickly.
Yeah, for sure. Like recently, I received requirement from our clients. By we need people who are doing consultancy, translation, motion graphic, and more videographers. We need always. We need photographers for architecture. That's really important. And people who are doing marketing strategy, social media management, it goes up and up. But they are really important to show up in the market and to believe in the field. So when you believe in it, you are showing, and people will give you more opportunities. But if you don't believe it in yourself, you will not get opportunities. So I'm telling all the freelancers, what you passion of, and what's your passion on freelancing. Just focus on it. Do free works for yourself. Do free works for your friends. Suddenly you are making personal branding for yourself, and suddenly you are in the market. You are making profit as a freelancer, and you may not even need employment.
Thanks for sharing that. Moving on to the next question. That we are in this driven moment. Can you name a few digital that aspiring individuals in the industry can
Yeah,
use to the field that you have used, you would
sure.
recommend?
Myself, as filmmaker, I have the experience of editing, writing, directing, and photography and cinematography and more. So if you are in the production industry, you have to have experience on different fields of production because I started in very few steps. I started in very small steps of production until I became director. It wasn't sudden. It wasn't just by one click. I had the experience as a bass boy, as a making of, I mean, backset videographer. I was doing editing, sound recording, lighting, slowly, so until I found the position of directing. So people can use like Final Cut Pro in Mac, Adobe Premiere Pro in Windows for editing, because when you're a director, you'll be more comfortable to have experience in editing. When you make your film, you have to make your rough cut for your film before giving it to the editor, because the perspective of director is different from the perspective of editor. Like I've made 5 short films. Three of them I did shot and edited by myself because sometimes it's not easy to find the editor for your film. Sometimes it's not easy to find the director for your script. I don't inspire people to do all the work alone. I don't, because there are opportunities. I have many friends in the field of filmmaking. They can help you. We have cinema department in Kurdistan. People are learning about filmmaking in academic way in universities, but sometimes in the beginning stage you have to have knowledge about editing, sound recording, sound editing, and lighting. These are important. So as I mentioned, Final Cut is good for people who are using MacBook. Adobe Premiere Pro is good for people who are using Windows. And for managing your detail of budget, it's really important. Like sometimes 250 Iraqi dinar, if you don't count it in your budget monthly, you are losing 1,000 in the end of the year, and you don't know how. So you have to use an Excel, Adobe Excel, maybe sheet, and maybe a program for finance. It's really important. You have to save your invoices. You have to save your data of spending, your loss, because it's a data. Trust me. Like if you have a company, if you sell a company later with your data, it's more expensive. But if you sell a company with no data, it's cheaper. So data is really important. We have to give
Yeah.
it value. It's not that cheap. Like in my experience, I've been collecting data from fields, from freelancers, from the clients. I've been taking millions of business cards to contact in future. And I'm investing in future, investing in connection. Investment is not just money. Investment is in connection, is investment in the brain and the mindset. So I had clients 1 year ago, like I gave them business card. After 1 year, they offered me a work. So it's really important, and I suggest also Excel sheet for finance work.
Yeah. I can definitely
Yeah,
see how you have transformed from being a creative professional to an entrepreneur, and giving importance to
thank
finances and data, which is very important. So good,
you.
good over there. Um,
Thanks.
Moving on, just to give the viewers more understanding on which are the local organizers and nurture creative talent in like to share.
I've been studying different programs. They were really supportive and they were inspiring me to make competition. You know, competition is really important.
Yeah.
And we need competitors in our places to push us to do more, to push us to learn more. So I've been studying with Five on Labs. And they are offering incubation and small funding for the startups and from idea stage.
Mm.
And I studied from TechWin program, which was really helpful in the University of America of Soleimani. I've been studying Dial-Up TED program, and I've been studying Orange Corner. I'm one of the winner of the Orange Corner. Soon we will receive a fund. Hopefully, we will use it for Wedonet to make more spaces, to make more opportunities for the freelancers. So I prefer this kind of programs. They are offering incubation, accelerator, pre-accelerator, and it's good for the people who are in idea stage or they are gaining a little bit of money to be connected to the mentors, to be connected with the experts, and to gain more knowledge about business and entrepreneurship.
Definitely, these organizations do support a lot of entrepreneurs. And that you are learning and it's being very helpful to you. And congratulations on the fund with Orange Corners. Looking forward to
Thank you so much.
supporting more freelancers and creators.
Thank you.
And I keenly watching and how do you support. Um, Moving on, Wedonet specifically. How has Wedonet enhanced for freelancers in the Kurdistan region, the whole of Iraq?
Good question. Thank you. Um, as I mentioned, we started since 1 year ago in April. Maybe more, but like officially, I can say 1 year. So when I started the Wedonet, I was ready. It wasn't just idea. I had the connection from the clients. I had a network of freelancers, more than 50, and some international opportunities from $50. We started from really small amount of money. I was sharing it to the freelancers without receiving any commission or my benefit, just to do the branding for Wedonet. And we do productions like we need 50 freelancers in the same time. We were making productions, 2 productions in a day with our freelancers. We were giving opportunities for the freelancers who had never had the chance to work on the field they love. And we are finding the talents who are not supported or who had no chance to be employee or get opportunity, or they have the problem of communication to get a job. Some people, they don't know how to communicate, how to achieve a job, but we do it. We make it easy for everyone. And we do it like, I believe we provided more than $30,000 to the freelancers, and they gain profit from Wedonet, and it's going more and more. Hopefully, we gained a lot of trust to the internationals, locals, to trust freelancing, because freelancing is not really trusted. And when I say freelancing, they say it's free. It's not free. It's freelancing. I know, but it's a valued work and it's really important. Sometimes the freelancers are more expensive. Information. Um, yeah, يعني, it is good actually, but like I believe we need more and more freelancers to have the mindset to believe in freelancing.
Yeah, for sure. Freelancing there does not mean for free. It means giving flexibility to the person to pursue what they and freelancing. The flexibility
Yeah,
of the role that you want to do and how you want to grow. It definitely comes with uncertainty, um, like managing everything by yourself and getting better but you need to know your personality better, and then accordingly you can pursue depending upon the skill you have. With that, come to the end of the session. Now we will take questions from the audience, and we do questions. First is from Muhammad is make effective work relationships with recruiters and project managers.
good question, Kag Muhammad. Thank you. Uh, Freelance employees, one of the struggles I have and I see is having portfolio and having sample of works. When I want to find opportunity, when I find opportunity for the freelancers, they take 2 to 3 weeks only just collect the works they did, to make the CV, to bring a portfolio, they lose the chance. So to get the chance to be more candidate, to be faster to get be employed and to be accepted for work, please prepare your works, make files, organize it. This is for commercial, this is for cinema, this is for business, this is for solid, this is for Elbit. Please, and it's really important to collect your work and have the sources, have the links. If I am working in a movie, I'm a director. If I don't have a backset of myself, so I don't have a proof of it. If I'm a light person, light operator, if I don't have some video shots, some Photoshop on it, I don't have a proof to use it for future film festivals to participate in more innovation events. So it's really important to prepare your sample of works and please know your clients, because sometimes the clients you are choosing, they will be danger on your name. Please don't just go cheap for work, because sometimes the cheap work you did your best, but the work goes bad, so they will put it on your name, which is not good for the reputation of the personal branding and the freelancer. And as I mentioned, please, in the portfolio is a big part of it, because um, when they hire you, they ask for experience. They don't ask for your CV only. CV, we know a lot of people are making CV. They make a lot, like paragraphs of it. When it comes to action, it's empty. So do free works, do quality works, get opportunities from different clients, and write the name of the client, make different files for the work, and keep the data. Data is really important, because sometimes I feel that Yani, the client after 6 months they are calling me, I need the data and I don't have it, and I have to save it in a storage so they can trust me for next time. It's investing for the next time.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. The next question we have is, how much is the availability of remote freelancing opportunity creative sector? So, according to you, are there a lot of remote opportunities available for people to take up?
I can't guarantee, like I can't say it's really so much opportunities for remote, but most of the remote works are graphic designing, video editing, translation, and 3D and 2D animation. It can be remote work. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it have a chance. Even copywriting and creative writing is a part of it. Also, web development, we UX UI, and yeah, they have opportunities. Actually, they do have it, but as we do need, we are working on the mindset of the clients to start believing in the remote working, because they want you to stay in the office 9 to 5. They want to give you more money. They want to provide you space, a lot of equipments, but they are killing your creativity. Most of the freelancers, they are focusing on creativity. So the creative people, they are not really easy to deal with. I don't say they are hard, but they have their lifestyle. So if you try to force them 9 to 5, they are losing the creativity because they don't have the freedom of movement. They don't have the freedom of speech and choices. But if it's a freelancer, if you give them a good space, they will do much better than they have. So in remote, as I mentioned, it's growing. As we do it, we are working on it to make the clients to spend less money, to save their spaces and time. We are supervising, as we do it, we are supervising each project. We are removing and making less efforts for the clients and the freelancer to finish the work. Yeah, and we make it easier, we make it clear, we will guarantee the delivery on the right time with right budget, and the freelancer will receive the payment, the client will receive the work without any problem.
Perfect. So much, Ranja, for sharing that. Definitely, you roles that you mentioned are work, remote freelance work.
Yeah,
The other fields in the creative need you offline and work on the ground. Uh,
true.
but that was learning experience for me. Just to end the video and the chat we had, um, if you can just share your last few words on how do you see Iraq's creative landscape evolving, and of and what is your vision with.
Thank you for all your time and Iraqi innovators for such a great program and channel for promoting the talents inside Kurdistan and Iraq. For the people who have passion, make steps because before I was starting with food industry business, I started a business for food. I mean, slowly I decided to make it to Wedonet to change it for freelancing. So it was because of experience. I made step for making a restaurant from a restaurant to agency. So it's a different changing between, but I believed in my passion. So I believed in the emotional intelligence I have. I trust myself, so I go for it. In the way of the steps, you are finding your potential for your job. You are meeting more people. You are getting more experiences from others. You get opportunity to travel outside, and please focus on traveling. Try to travel to see the world because you are human. You are a human of the world, not just one country. It's your right to see the world, to learn from any person, any religion, and any ideology. And hopefully within it, it's growing. I see the potential. A lot of CEOs, a lot of big people are contacting me. Hopefully, they are trusting the freelancers. We are gaining more trust inside Kurdistan and Iraq in many sectors. Hopefully, it's getting well. And soon, when we launch our office, the freelancers are welcome to use it for free. And we will share more details on our social medias. And our branch will be in Suli first, and we are expanding to the other cities and all over Iraq.
Amazing. I wish you all the best, Ranja, and looking forward going to support freelancers. And I'm really excited. So really all the best for and how you have grown from where you started and now being an entrepreneur, and further. So that's it for today, and take care. And for the audience, the questions, please put in the comments and we'll make sure to answer them even after we've ended the live. Bye.
Thank you, Mrs. Samara. Have a good time. Thanks for Kag Muhammad and Iraq Innovators.
Take care.
Have a good